Hello. Good morning, Abe.
Good morning, good morning. Everyone. Good morning. How are you?
Good. And you?
Good. Baruch Hashem, I'm here.
Good.
Yeah, very hot here. Very hot.
What time is it now for you? 4:30?
4:30 yet.
Wow.
I've been up for a bit, so bad.
Okay. At what time does Shabbos start in Israel now?
I think we're making early Shabbos around 6 something. I don't know what the actual Zman is. Maybe around 7:30, maybe.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hey. Hi, guys. Still in the moon?
Over the moon.
Yeah.
Journey. This class is not so short. Hmm. Tell me, did they make the shear earlier? Because I now have a thing, it says Walter joined at 6 o'clock and the recording was no.
I did.
But he
I
made,
didn't.
no,
I
he
didn't
made a
see any
mistake.
notice.
Walter was at 6:08 and then the recording stopped at 6:11.
Oh no, I don't see anything about it.
I don't know why I put the messages in.
No, 6:30.
Yeah, I know, but okay.
Good evening, everybody.
Evening?
Tomorrow we will learn at 4:30.
Okay.
So we're describing different furniture. The table Shalom Haaretz, Doma Lamedura, is like a bonfire where the fire's in the middle, K'deros Makifos Osa, and the plates are around it. So here too, the food is in the middle and the plates are around. What is the bed of the Talmid Chacham? That means there wasn't a lot of space underneath the bed. Only enough for your sandals and shoes in the winter. Shalom, it's Darmaloids or blues. A bed of an Amaret, they stored everything underneath their bed. We mentioned a number of halachas and stories about Rav Bana. So the Gemara is going to continue. Rav Bana v'kamitzayim marosa. Rav Bana would go around and he would mark grave sites, so Kohanim would stay away from them. Kimota l'marosa d'Avram Avinu. He was marking the Marasa Machpelah where Avram Avinu is buried. Ashkechei Eliezer Avram the Koikame Baba. Eliezer, the servant of Avram, was there at the door. Amrle Maika Ovid Avram. What is Avram doing? Amrle Gani Bekan for the servant Kama'ana Liberation. He's lying in the lap of Sarah, and she's checking his head, I guess, to make sure everything is okay there. Amrle Zil Emalei Bana Ka'ababa. So Rav Bana told Eliezer, go tell Avram that Bana is here. Amrle Leo made the yada the Yetzer Amaleka. In the upper worlds, there's no Yetzer Hara. So I'll allow you in because it's not tznius. Avram is lying in Sarah's lap, but in Olam Haba, there's no Yetzer Hara. I am the nothing. So he went and he was measuring the kever to be able to mitzayin it. Kimata l'marasa, the Adam Arishon, Yosef Baskov Amran nistakelos b'dmus yukni. You've already seen the face of Avraham Avinu, which is like the face of Adam Arishon, which is b'dyuk natzmal nistakel. But you shouldn't look directly at Adam Arishon because Adam Arishon is Tzelem Elokim. Hi bina l'tzina marasa, but I fine. You don't want me to look at Adam Arishon. I still have to mark out where the kever is. So they said, "Kemidas achitzona, kach midas apnimis." You've already measured the outer one; it's the same as the inner one. There was a machlokes. What does it mean? The double K. Some say they were side by side. Some say they were up and down. So kemidas alyona, kach midas atachtona is the same measurement. Amar Rabbana. Nistakalti b'shnei akiva. I looked at the heel. This week is Parshas Ekev. Right? I looked at the heels of Adam Arishon. Doimim l'shnei galgalei chama. They were shining like two stars, two suns. Hakol b'fnei Sarah kakol b'fnei Adam. All women are like monkeys compared to Sarah, Imein, how beautiful she was. Sarah b'fnei Chava kakol b'fnei Adam. But Sarah is like a monkey compared to the beauty of Chava. Chava b'fnei Adam kakol b'fnei Adam. Chava's beauty was like a monkey compared to Adam Arishon, who was like the Yukno Shel Hashem. Adam b'fnei Shechina kakol b'fnei Adam. The beauty of Adam is like a monkey compared to the Shechina. Shufrei de Rav Kahana, the beauty of Rav Kahana is Mein Shufrei de Rav, is a little bit like the beauty of Rav. Shufrei de Rav, Main Shufet Rav Avo was a little bit like Rav Avo. Shufet Rav Avo, main Shufet Yaakov Avinu. Rav Avo was like Yaakov. Shufet Yaakov Avinu, main Shufet Rav Marishon. Hahu am Gusha Davik Chatid Shichvi. There was a Persian priest, a witch, like a warlock.
Magician, says here.
What was that?
It says magician, the translation.
Who was removing dead bodies from their graves. Kimata Marasa, the Rav Tuvi Bar Masna, when he tried to exhume Rav Tuvi, Tafse B'dikna, Rav Tuvi grabbed his beard and didn't let him go. Asa Bayomar Lebimatuta Minach Shravke. Abaya argued on behalf of the magician so that Rav Tuvi would let him go. They let him go, Shravke. L'shonach risi other asa. He came back the next year. Again, Tafse B'dikne. Again, Rav Tuvi grabbed the Amgushi by his beard. Asa Baya. L'shavke had the ice misaper v'gazi l'dikne. So he didn't let him go until he cut his beard off. Ha'uda Omer Luhu. Chavida the Afar l'chad broi. A man was writing his will. So he said, a barrel of dirt to one son, Chavita de garmi l'chad broi, a barrel of bones to my other son, Chavita de udra l'chad broi, and a barrel full of shmatas to another. But lavi yadi by karmelu, but nobody knew what he was talking about. Asla came to Rav Bana. They went to Rav Bana. Rav Bana will figure it out. Amrlu Islachu Ara. So he asked the man, do you have land? What did he have? So Amrla in. So Islach Ayusa, do you have animals? Amrla in. Isle Bestarki, do you have beds? In. So this is what he meant. That one son should get the land, the other son should get the behemoths, and the other son should get the beds. A man heard his wife say to his daughter, when you're doing prohibited chatoim, why aren't you doing it secretly? She said, I have 10 sons, but I only have one from your father. The other are mamzerim. So the father realized that only one of his children were his. Kishachiv, when he was dying, Amalu called Nechasel Echadbro. So he said, all my assets to my one son. But they didn't know which son. Also Kamed Rav Bana. So they asked to Rabbana what to do. Amalu, Zil Chavute Kaver Davuchim, Adekoi Maglachulu Menaichu Shavke. Go and hit with stick the kever of your father. He will stand up and reveal to you who gets the assets. Ozlukul, they all went, but Ahud Debre, the one that was really the son, didn't go because he had more covet for his father. Amrlahu, Kul Nechosadai, all the assets go to that son. So the other brothers got angry. Ozlu Achlu Kurza Beimalka, they went and they were malshin to the king. There's a Jew, who's taking money away from people without testimony, without anything. So Asivun Chavshut. So they captured, or they brought Rav Bana and they put him into prison. So his wife came and said to the guards, Avda Chadavali, I have an Eved, Pascal Resha. They cut off his head. They removed his skin and they ate his flesh. The kamalu be'maya, and they fill it up with water. And they give his friends to drink. And he doesn't collect any payment. Nobody understood what she said. Let us bring the wise Jew. He'll explain what she said. Karoi the Rabbana. They called Rabbana. Zarnuka Anuch. She's talking about like a jug, which was a goat that they shechted. They ate the flesh. They made from the skin a jug to fill with water to drink. Oh, army oil chacham kolai. Oh, we see he's so wise. We're going to put him in our gate where the Bezdin sits, and he will be our dayan. It's written on the gate called dayan the metakri. Any judge that is called the din lo shmei dayan. You can't call him a dayan. Dayan has to be above reproach. Amrlu elamiyata also inish me alma. So let a regular person come, umazmin leilatina, and will call the dayan to a judgment, and then pasel him, and then he will pasel. So we can't have this state saying here. Ella has to read like this: Kol dayan de metakri ledin. Any judge that was called to din umavkimine mamona, and they're successful at getting money, b'din lav shmei dayan. Then he's really shouldn't be a dayan because he was a cheat. So kosvahaki. So they wrote like this: Baram sabit yudoy omri. They left the same sentence there, but they said, but the Jewish wise person said, Kol dayan de metakri ledin umavkimine mamona b'din lav shmei dayan. So they added whatever Rav Bana said to add. So Chazir the Kosiv, Barosh Kol Moisa Anadam. The cause of all death is too much blood. Barosh Kol Chayin Anachemer. The reason why people have good life is because of wine. Elamiyat Nafal Meigro Mis. I don't get it. Someone who falls off of a roof and dies, with enough of mediklo from a tree who miss. Dama katle, what, he had too much blood? Vesu, minta darkula maintenance? Somebody's gonna die. You give him wine to drink and he lives? We see that doesn't happen. Elahachi boy lemich. This is what you have to write. Rosh kol marin anadam. At the head of all of the illnesses is blood. All medicine has its root wine. So, kosfuachi. They added the statement. They said, Baram Sabit Yudo, the Jewish wise man adds, Barosh kol marin anadam, Barosh kol asvan anachem. But also the less chamar, some place that doesn't have wine, tamon midbus. Ksiva Pischa de Kapotkia. The town of Kapotkia was written on the gate. Anpik, Anbig, Antel. These are measurements. Ezeo Antel Revius, the Revius of Torah. When we say you need a Revius Yayin, so that's what an Antel is. Mishnah. Hamar Zev, which is a rain gutter, which drains water from my roof to my neighbor's roof, and the water spills into a chutzner, ein l'chazaka. He moves it around. So just because the chaver didn't protest doesn't mean he can keep it there. But yesh l'makom chazak. The Gemara will explain what that means. Hamazchila, that's a long rain gutter, which travels the whole length of the roof. Yesh l'chazak. That if it drains, it's there, and the other party doesn't protest, then you're allowed to keep it there. Sulam Mitzri, which is a small ladder, ein lo chazak, that you can leave it in a certain place. But Litzuri is a Tyrian from Tyre, which is a big ladder, yesh lo chazak. Chalona Mitzri, let's say you built a house and there's an Egyptian window. Just because the guy doesn't protest, it doesn't establish chazak, ein lo chazak. But l'tzuris yesh l'chazaka. Ezoi chalon mitzri. If it calls she'ein rosh shalonim yachol likanis l'sochol, it's so small that your head doesn't go into it. So such a window doesn't establish chazaka. It's not a mazik. Rabbi Yehuda Omer im yesh lo malbein. If it's got like a frame around it, it establishes permanence, and then even if it's not big enough for a head to go through, then you would establish chazaka if the neighbor put it there and you didn't protest. The marzev itself has no chazaka, but its place has chazaka. Means from one side of the roof that the owner of the chutzner can move it. But he can't, from two sides, he can't. He can just move where it ends up dumping water into his chutzner, he can change. He can't get rid of it completely. Rav Chanina Amar, no. Amar zevein l'chazaka means she'im haya arich miktzaro. If the marzev was longer than the chutzner, yeshlam kom chazaka she'im ba la'okro, and the neighbor wants to come and remove it, and the okra is not allowed to do it. Rav Yirmiyah Barava Amar marzev l'chazaka shemrotz livnos tachtav bonet. He can build underneath the gutter, and the owner of the gutter cannot prevent it. But yeshlam kom chazaka she'im ba la'okro and okra. But he can't. The neighbor cannot cause the rain gutter to be removed. The rain gutter needs to be there to protect the roof. Okay. We'll stop here.
Right?
Tomorrow 4:30.